KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, it looks like the high heat's going to stay with us. We smashed records again today, and the rule of thumb in meteorology is never forecast a record, but we're going to break that rule again today, going for 95 for the high tomorrow. More on that in just a bit. First off, though, let's take a look at the big pattern across the northern hemisphere, and all the moisture is pretty much confined to the eastern part of the U.S. We have disturbances in the high plains in the northwest. That's where more moisture is, but locally we've been under the influence of a dry northwesterly flow aloft, but the last couple of days we've seen storms erupting across Texas, and then the remnants of the disturbances or ripples in the atmosphere and a little cold pool aloft translated to some thunderstorms late this afternoon. We might see that again tomorrow, but it's looking less and less likely, but we'll go 15% on your rain chances tomorrow, 10 to 15% on Friday as well, and then this weekend closer to the 10% range. But change is on the way down the road. We'll talk more about that. Meanwhile, at the surface, high pressure pretty much anchored in the western Gulf of Mexico is allowing for a little bit of a west-southwest wind during the course of this evening, but that'll turn around probably back out of the northwest later on tonight, so we should cool off. Current temperature still at 82 degrees, but we should get down into the low to mid 70s. We'll say 72 to 74 for the low. Fair skies tomorrow morning, maybe a little patchy fog out there, and then mostly sunny skies once again. I think temperatures are going to be ahead of the schedule that Futurecast is giving us. I would say 90 or 91 at lunchtime tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon mid-90s, heat indices in the upper 90s, and today's the last run of this model not showing much if any shower activity, but I think we'll see a few pop-ups tomorrow. But again, most of us staying high and dry, and we saw what we saw today, a good scattering of showers and storms over most of Lafayette, but most of us just got some drops of rain or maybe enough to just settle the dust. There was some hail, though, earlier in the afternoon, especially up toward the Church Point area. Check out my social media feed on that. And then going into Friday, much the same, maybe an afternoon storm. This latest run kind of likes an isolated storm or two Friday, but we're going to keep those rain chances low for now. But the change is coming down the road. Here's the European model. Going into next week, we're going to start to see a southeasterly flow establish toward the Gulf of Mexico. That means two things. We won't be quite as hot. We will probably be more humid, and it should result in a better chance of afternoon storms as we go into the middle part of next week. So that's what we're looking at. Hopefully some daily dousings coming up. Then looking toward the tropics, both the GFS and the European model have been really going for something to develop in the northwestern Caribbean by the tip of Cuba, and something that we may have to keep an eye on, even though we're talking a week before the official beginning of tropical season. There could be an organized system, or at least some very heavy rain heading toward Florida, perhaps portions of the Gulf of Mexico, so along the northern Gulf of Mexico. So yes, it's that time of year, and no, we do not relish talking about the tropics. I wish we could just cancel hurricane seasons forever. Temperatures low to mid 70s tonight. Tomorrow we'll get into the mid 90s once again, and then tomorrow night lower 70s, and then all of the pause points in this particular graphic just went away, but you get the idea. Low to mid 90s over the next several days. So quiet overnight tonight, 72 the low, 95 the high tomorrow. The record is 94, set back in 1933, so it's going to be close for sure. As long as the winds stay out of the west-northwest, we'll see that record temperature for sure, unless a southwesterly wind kicks in or a rogue thunderstorm before 2 in the afternoon. I doubt that whether that's going to happen. Overall, the 10-day forecast, the lower 90s to mid 90s. Stay with us, and overnight lows still in the lower 70s. No cool fronts, but hopefully a better chance of some afternoon storms come the middle part of next week.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Still ahead on KATC. LSU